Hiya, welcome back to Smallholding. So exactly 1 week since I installed a swarm into the furthest top bar here and the swarm from the nuke box into this top bar in the middle. Tuesday, it's exactly a week today. I checked them once 3 days ago and I added 2 new top bars in between some nice straight comb. So I'm just having a check today to see if they're still building straight. It is actually quite breezy today, so apologies if there's any mic noise. I'm just using my phone for this video. I'm just gonna have a very quick look through. In my experience, bees don't like being open when it's a bit windy, so we're just gonna have a quick look, make sure they're still building straight comb, see if I need to put any new bars in. So let's get on with it. Right, so let's have a look at this hive then. Take the lid off carefully. Looks like they're building out to this last bar. Looks like they're still building straight, yeah. So I'm not going to mess them about too much. I just want to check that they're not cross-combing anything and see if I can add another bar or two to keep the brood nest nice and straight. I am wondering, because I think this first swarm's from my hive with my old queen, so I'm wondering if I'm going to see any eggs. And yep, there's eggs there. Few eggs in the top. That's good. The other hive, I'm not sure whether it was a virgin queen because it was a swarm from just up the road. And there is the queen. Very carefully show you the queen. Just here. Hopefully you can see that. Just above my finger. She's not marked because I don't mark my queens. See that she's laying there too. I'm going to be very careful with that frame. So all this comb is pretty much nice and straight. There's no eggs in this, no eggs there. So there's eggs on 2 frames that I can see. This frame's got a bit more honey in, I can feel by the weight, and some pollen. There's no attachments to the side yet. They are bringing the comb out nice. So I think what I might do is I might put a bar between this comb. I'm not going to bother up this end because I've still got 2 bars with not much on. But I think I'm going to put a bar just there, so I'll move these along. This is the end bar here. That is ever so slightly on the right hand side. So it's important, I think, to stick with bars that are straight. Yeah, that comb has very slightly gone in the middle out to the right. So what I'm going to do is just put a new bar in between these two biggest combs in the middle, and I'll have no choice but to pull that out nice and straight. Like I say, these checking twice a week at the moment is really just making sure that I can get the brood nest combs nice and straight so that I'm able to check through them. So there you go. So I put 2 bars in 3 days ago and another one now. So in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 they had originally. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bars now. So I must have put, yeah, I put extra bars in when I put them in, didn't I? Then 2 and another 2 3 days ago, yeah, and then 1 now. So yes, they're on 10 bars now, so they're fine for another few days. Like I said, I don't want to mess them about, just leaving them to it. These follower boards fit a little tighter at the bottom, so all I do is I pull a couple of bars up to them and just make sure that that holds them in place. Just have the weight of the bars just so they don't move out. So that hive is doing very well. I'll just put the lid back on this one then. This lid does fit a little bit tight for my liking, so I just make sure I pull from one end and that I don't touch the top bars. Right, we'll just go over and check the swarm that I put in on the same day. Right, here we go then. Let's have a look. It's a bit strange, there's a few dead bees in there, just in the bottom of the hive there, for some reason. Just a couple this end, about 6 or 8. Don't know why that is. Yeah, these bees do seem to propolise things a bit more already. Those ones haven't. That's nice and straight. I was actually quite surprised a few days ago when I opened them. They'd almost caught up with what I thought the other hive was doing. They built really quick. So that's nice and straight. So like I say, this was a fairly small, oh, there's the queen. Where's she gone? She was just there. There she goes, just around that side. There's the queen there, look, just coming along the top there. Like I say, she could be a virgin queen, because this was a small swarm from up the road. So I'm not expecting to see any eggs. It can take 2-3 weeks before you'll get eggs from a virgin queen. She has to mate, and it can take a little while. So I did put 2 new frames in here. There's no eggs yet. But they're building nice and straight. So I'm thinking I can probably put another bar in here as well. Just making sure they're not combing up, cross combing. I don't really need to take them all out. That's fine. So what I'm going to do, just push them back up. They're actually building quite quick, these bees. I think they're a bit quicker than the others. Milo, shush. Come on, get in there, girls. If you just, when you've got bees between the bars, if you just tap them slightly with the bars, they tend to work their way down. So I'm going to put another bar between these 2 nice big straight cones. It's hard to tell which, I can't remember which 2 I placed last time. They filled them right in. So there's another bar there. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I might put, I think I'm going to put another one there as well. These are new bars. Some of these I haven't even used from back in the day. Still got wax on them. Basically 34mm bars with wax on the triangle. Yeah, one of them girls. That's it, in you go. You have to talk to your bees. Probably think I'm mad, but you have to talk to your bees. Right, so they're doing really well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars on this one, considering they're 3 days later than the other one. Right, that's pushed up nice. Couple of bars. This follower board does fit better, but just a couple of bars behind it, just to stop it wobbling. Yeah, so I'm going to make some more top bars. I'm really happy with these. The progress of these. It's my birthday end of the month, so I bought myself an early birthday present. I bought a new table saw. So back in the day when I was making all these beehives, I had a nice, quite expensive table saw. I then stopped doing it, lost interest in the top bars a bit, and only really kept a couple of nationals on the go. I'm getting back into it now, but also with the off-grid cabin and everything, I need to build things. So I bought myself a new table saw. So with that, it's only a cheap one, just over 100 quid, but it just means I can make my top bars and I can make the hives a bit easier than just using, jigsaws or circular saws. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to get back into the top bars a bit again. But I think one thing that I've definitely learned is to infill the bars. Like you just saw me doing, infilling between already straight comb. I think that's the trick to getting your brood nest nice and straight, because if you've got a straight comb and a straight comb and you infill with an empty bar, they've got no choice. They can't cross comb it. They have to come down between the straight combs. When I had top bars before, I just chucked them in and I'd just leave them to it. So I was constantly getting cross comb. As I came perhaps 4, 5, 6, 7 bars back, they were starting to cross comb everything. I've done a bit more research now that I'm getting back into doing the top bars, started to infill like this, and it's definitely helping. I can see already like that this one is now on 10 bars and there's no cross combing yet. So yeah, definitely the way forward. You know, we all learn as we go. And I'm definitely still learning. I'm still an amateur beekeeper, but I do love these top bar hives. I love the simplicity of it. So this is something I'm going to continue to do. I've actually got quite a few old pallets knocking around, so I'll probably do a video of building some top bar hives and the top bars potentially out of decent pallets. If I can save decent pallets, strip the wood down, and then rip them up with a table saw and actually make some hives out of pallet wood. So that could be another thing up and coming. But yeah, so they're doing really well. Really happy with them. Like I say, this smaller swarm, this was about half, maybe 2/3 the size of that swarm. They were collected 3 days before these and put in a nute box. And then if you saw the other video, you'll see they were put in to the hives at the same time a week ago, but they already had about 3 bars of comb. These are catching up, so these are actually quite fast workers, these bees. But anyway, guys, we'll follow it through. I'll do another video perhaps in 2 or 3 weeks, and hopefully then maybe we'll be on to some honey bars. It just depends, because June can be a bit of a funny month. You can have a Milo, shush. You can have a bit of a dry spell for nectar flow in June sometimes, and so I want to leave them stores. But maybe as we get into July, hopefully we'll get just a bar, maybe a bar or 2 of comb off of these, and it'll be enough to keep me going through the winter. But until then, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.